Thank you. A big push coming in the new year to help you better understand your retirement savings. Chad Tobin from Slagle Financial joins us to explain. It's an important one, Chad, and it gets kind of technical, but at the end of the day, it's going to impact a lot of people that are watching, because a lot of people watching right now are saving in some form or another for retirement. So the government's getting involved. The Department of Labor, starting next year, is doing what exactly?
Well, they've got the new Department of Labor fee disclosure is kind of what we're calling it here in 2012. And, you know, there's been increased activity on their part. And I think a couple reasons mainly over the last 10 years, from 2000 to 2010, really. You know, a lot of us in our company plans, 401k plans, you know, we experienced some serious losses.
Big hits, yeah.
So that's one major issue of why they're taking some activity here. But also, you know, you and I, the Wall Street world, you know, people are understanding the fiduciary standard of advisors out there. So that's been increasing as well through participants. And then lastly, just the national coverage on retirement savings. So these three things over the last 10 years, I think, have maybe made the push for the Department of Labor to take some action, really, so the participants, the employees, can be better educated.
When you look at the numbers, it's almost mind-boggling, pardon me, to try to wrap your brain around some of this. When you look at the average American's home and what percentage of their assets are wrapped up in retirement, and all of that money that's out there in the stock market or bonds or what have you, these are some huge, huge dollar amounts.
You're right, Matt. And really, when you look at it, and why is this a major topic moving forward, is because this market is so big. When you look at it, the retirement investment market nearly totals $14 trillion or more.
Trillion with a T.
With a T.
Holy moly.
And the average household, you know, when you look at our household, the average household, nearly 37% of their assets are in their retirement accounts.
Over
maybe
a third.
A third. So the majority of the average household's assets are in possibly these company plans, 401k plans. So, you know, that's a major issue. And over the last, you know, since these plans came out, I think a bigger issue is, you know, these plan administrators have been camouflaging fees and hidden charges, almost nickel and diming away at these plan assets over many years. So, you know, the Department of Labor, and why this is a big issue, is because we need to be educated and we need to understand, you know, these plans that we're investing nearly a third of our household assets in.
So just to make sure we've got this right, now it will fall, these changes in 2012, it'll fall on the employer's shoulders to make sure that the employees who are invested in these 401k plans, it's the employer's responsibility to make sure that we understand what fees are there and to disclose all that information. Because that can, like you said, over 30 years, those fees really add up.
Exactly. And there's a couple things. I think the full disclosure, you know, ERISA is coming out, and basically the fiduciary standard. It is falling on the employer's shoulders to be the fiduciary of the plan. However, so they need to make sure that their participants, their employees, are educated, they have full disclosure, and they have the most cost-effective solutions at their fingertips when they go to invest. So the other thing ERISA is doing is also making sure that there's proper education for the employees and participants to have, so they can make these decisions. So yeah, it is falling on the employer, and that's why, you know, the fiduciary standard, and you're going to hear a lot more about it this year.
Sure, yeah. At the end of the day, it's about educating us and eliminating what a lot of people do, which is just throwing darts at that 401k plan and say, well, I'll do 30% in that and 40% of that. So it's all about trying to make us more educated investors, which I think is a good thing. Chad and the team at Slagle Financial can help you start planning for your retirement today, or if you're in the middle of your retirement years, heck, they can help you then too. Contact Slagle Financial at 888-294-9248 or visit slagleFinancial.com. Virginia?
Thank you.